Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Let's see. What were we doing?
We have grabbed Hanako and we are looking for Lily.
Okay, right. All right. Yeah. It's been like a couple weeks.
Yes.
So,
As probably everyone on the channel knows by now, my internet died for about 2 weeks, so we couldn't do any recording. It was just completely gone.
yeah, there was no helping it. Um, it happened, but now we're back.
Yeah, yeah, yep. We here.
Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup? I wonder. Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to Class 3-2 with Hanako. Um, is it Hanako?
Hanako.
Hanako. It just suddenly like dawned on me, like, am I saying that right? With Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me, I opened the door. Hey, is this a new room?
It is. This is a different classroom.
Were we going to Lily's classroom? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, this is her classroom.
Okay. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in this class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the...
To
Huh?
to be fair, it's the classroom for people with vision problems.
Is it?
Yeah. So,
Why?
or I think for her year or your year, this is the classroom for people that have vision impairment, and I think that ranges anywhere from total blindness, like Lily, to like probably people like Kenji.
Yeah. They're technically legally blind.
Yeah.
Why do they have a map then?
For the people that can still technically see.
Don't you need to see the details though?
I have no idea.
Oh well. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. Also, the clock has no numbers on it. I mean, people. It's like they made the clock and were like, well, fuck it, they don't know it. They don't know. They can't see it anyways.
Be better anyways. I'm assuming the teacher isn't visually impaired.
Yeah. but it's facing the students.
I mean, yeah, that's
See
true.
this chair? That's where the teacher sits.
There's also a desk to the left past the fan that looks like it has a bag on it that I'm assuming the teacher also kind of sits there too.
Yeah. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. But fuck it. There. Find her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can.
Sorry, who?
Sorry, Hasao. I have Hanako too.
Hi.
It's pretty skittish considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again.
For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already.
Quick nod and she bounces off. Bounces off?
Bounces off. I guess.
That just seems strange behavior to me for her.
Yeah, it does to me too.
Fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make out my face when we met.
Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand.
That's right, Class 3-2 was especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I could help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. Chance to set her mind on something would do good for her. But I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief.
Oh, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now.
Wait a minute, did Hanako just nod? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
So, Lily couldn't see that.
Yeah, no, she couldn't. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help.
Kenji? Sure. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her.
Oh, good. We get to talk to Kenji more.
Well, at least Lily's here.
Yeah, Lily and Hanako can save us, I'm sure. I take it you've met?
Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other, unfortunately. Hard to miss each other, really.
Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast.
Friends? Oh, is she laughing?
Yeah. She's just like, I know how much of an idiot he is.
Yeah. Friend? I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help them then. He knows what needs to doing, right?
That's right. Just ask if you have any problems.
Perusing in Ascent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Calico? Oh, wow. He got much shorter. Hey, Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging paint-soaked brush along the half-paint kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji?
What? Who is it?
If this is the way he treats class members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me.
He just cut you off?
Yeah.
Right, I know that, man. What are you doing here, though?
His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just going to help with the banner, Hanako and I, that is.
Hello. Oh, I guess that's okay.
As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh right, women. On second thoughts, this may not have been a great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji. noting the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2, noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday?
Yeah, some stalls outside or something.
Or something? His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So how do you want to split this? Do we do borders? Do you do the text? Or do you want to switch and do the borders?
X is mine. You do borders.
He got angry, man.
Yeah, look at his face.
Yeah. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic, yeah. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I've put brush to cloth, he's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like the idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though.
Okay, man, why are you here?
Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations.
I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover.
His face goes from like happy to angry, like really quickly.
I don't think he has any other emotions.
Yeah. I should have guessed letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here?
Obviously, it sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world.
Yes, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back. Satisfied, I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get to work. Getting down to work.
Finished.
Like I am too, good job. Two of us connect up the lines of the patterns, mine being as close as copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look down. Lever? Is that like in the motion of a lever or something?
I'm assuming? Or like maybe he needed leverage to help him get himself up. He is kind of weak after God knows how long in a hospital.
Yeah. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking amongst themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise it's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist, if her scars extend even there, and just how much of her body was burned. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? The sign? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I mean the banner. Oh, jeez.
Awkward.
Yeah, it came out all wrong.
It does, I guess.
Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly needed for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get Lily as we cross the room. We've finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod.
Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you?
It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate.
I don't mind either.
She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, it's Ken. Oh, sorry.
Stealing my lines! Oh, is Kenji still here?
As I open my mouth, Genji gives the answer from the other side of the room.
Yeah, just finished.
He carefully slides his sign onto the empty section of shelf to dry before quickly walking past us out the door.
See you, man.
Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone.
Hope we don't have to do anything like that again.
Working past school time?
Indeed, the class's plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious.
Lanes?
The stalls look nice, though.
He's right, it shows a lot of work's gone into them.
My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao?
Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. The nighttime lighting really makes the garden look quite different compared to the usual look of lush greenery. Things are much more calm. But that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing, I left out a small yawn.
Tired?
Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little and at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it.
About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways.
Her voice seemed slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered.
I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case.
Change of topics. Welcome clearing the thickening air. Clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this.
Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions.
Yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling.
I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku compared to there. Yamaku is much more relaxed.
I'd go away towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come to the dormitory, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms just next to their guys. As to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around the outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretched my arms and rubbed my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long, before walking to my room. Feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seems almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise I'm going to keep. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad.
I know, it sounds pretty annoying.
It's nighttime. It's a good time to stop. Okay. I will read this when we continue in the next video. See you then.
Hey.